Rain versus Solar.
Who do you want to have win? Who are you cheering for?
Well,
Artosis?
I want Rain to win, but I think Solar's going to take it.
I want Rain to win as well, but I also think Solar's going to take it.
Wow, you're a copycat.
I'm not a copycat.
Be your own person, Tasteless.
Okay.
You're like, okay, now I changed my mind.
I change it. I do that because I'm my own person and I don't do what you tell me to do.
Yes, indeed.
So we got a gateway opening here in the main.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense because it said Polar Knight, and I was like, oh, he's choosing Polar Knight. Well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder why he's choosing that.
Oh, yeah, it's on Deadliest Point.
Deadliest? Deadliest Point! It's like a reality show where they catch crabs.
It's on the deadliest point that we know.
Yeah. Deadliest Point for Protoss. Did you ever watch Deadliest Catch?
I did, actually.
I really liked that show.
I liked that show as well.
It made me want to be a crab fisherman.
What was that stupid show about the guys who were trying to stop the whalers? Oh my god, that show was so bad. Well, it was like so bad it became good and went full circle.
Yeah, it was entertaining for sure. I can't remember
like
the name of it.
I think it was dumb, like Whale Watchers. Or
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I saw a couple episodes. They were hilarious.
They like jump on the boat.
The guy jumped on the boat and just stood there.
Didn't know what to do. He's like, well,
he just stood there. He was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then like someone came up and grabbed him. It was like, oh, okay, sick move. Anyways, we have a double hatchery going down.
Yep.
Nice and greedy from Solar. This is how he plays a lot of his ZVPs.
Rain, by the way, this would be his 6th game today against Solar. He never opted to cannon rush once, despite seeing that Solar completely disregards the possibility of cannon rushes. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see at least one.
That is true, yeah. I do have to agree with you. Solar in the past has always sniffed it out when someone tries to do that. But he really, it's true. He's not like DRG, where if you try to do it to DRG, I have to question if you've watched his games and taken notes. Because
I've got a question for you. Does the Zealot have just one long ponytail?
Yeah.
Or is that like...
Well, it's a braid. It's not ponytail.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ponytail is short. Like,
I am the fool for sure here.
Jeez.
Get your hair right, Tasteless.
Oh, man. Is that a rat tail on that Zealot? No, Tasteless, not a rat tail.
Is that a mullet? No, Tasteless, it's not a mullet.
Does he have a mohawk? No, Tasteless, it's not a mohawk. I don't even...
You know what we should do, man? We should grow mullets.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, man. Like nasty mullets. I'm talking like, whoa. Like,
oh, man. What we really need to do is grow mustaches.
I don't grow a good mustache.
I can't grow a mustache.
I know.
It's so sad.
I've
seen so many pictures from Merc of what I would look
photoshopping
like.
them. Yeah. I tried to grow a mustache. It's not. I can do the beard.
Fun.
I'm a neck beard. I'm good at growing a neck. I grow a mean neck beard.
Yeah, you do. I can't even do that. Can't do anything right.
Can't do anything right.
So we actually have a Stargate coming up here from Rain, going into 2 gateways as well. This is pretty darn similar to what he did last time here. Now, if he thinks he can make 4 Zealots and send them across the map, good luck to him. I don't know if that's going to work out this time.
I would be surprised.
We'll see from Solar, yeah. Solar's getting a pretty good gas time.
You're facing the wrong way, Zealot. Looks like everything looks great over here. Turn around. Then we have the Phoenix.
Gets hit by a Zerg.
Oh my God! What was that
behind me?
All right, so the gateways are now finishing.
If you're a Zealot that's deaf, when a Zergling is attacking your plasma shields from behind, do you even know? I guess they flash a little bit, don't they?
Here's a question. I mean,
but does it make noise?
Do the Protoss even have ears? I thought they talk to people through their minds.
They do.
What if they can't hear? How do you know they have ears?
If they can't hear, then I would be the sickest ninja in their society.
Well, I don't know, man. Maybe they just... I don't know.
I think you hear stuff, yeah.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Do Protoss have ears?
Do Protoss have... Well, they don't have ears. They might have holes in the side of their head.
Yeah, well, it would be like dolphin ears.
Yeah.
So dolphins don't have human ears, Tasteless. All right, we actually
just imagine
do have
for a second if dolphins did have human ears.
We do have this move, by the way.
Down here now.
4 Zealots coming down.
This is not that different from the other game we saw, except that Zerg seems to be prepared for it.
Yes, and we're going to see how this changes everything. Okay, time warp. The 4 Zealots is going to be able to take out a...
I don't know about the...
It's killing quite a few Zerglings, but...
Yeah.
The thing is, there was enough Zerglings, and that's really what matters. The 3rd base taking no damage this time.
So, remember the last game that we cast where this happened? Protoss did a lot more damage there, which then allowed the Phoenixes to do even more damage after that. And then eventually that allowed the Phoenixes to come out so they could pick up Hydras, which eventually allowed Reign to win the entire series. Now, this game we start out similar situation, except that Solar completely shuts down that attack, kills off the Zealots. So this game, there's a higher chance that Solar will look much more dominant than the game in which they both did the same openers, and Reign succeeded with doing some damage early on and eventually won.
Well, for sure he's not going to get rolled like in that game.
No.
And let's take a look and see if Reign goes over 5 Phoenixes. My guess is he's not going to. He normally only does that when he's gaining an advantage with them nonstop.
Yeah.
But here I think he has to back up. He needs to start spending his gas in some other ways, getting sentries, getting the Colossus tech, getting a +1 attack upgrade. And I think we're going to see him just sit on 5 and do as much as he can. And as you said, Taste, this looks completely different, and there's no way it's going to look like the other game, even though it was the same exact opening, right?
Okay, and then, excuse me, again, nice sniping there on the drone. The Phoenixes are doing as much damage as they can.
Which is still good. They're still killing drones and being annoying. They're a nuisance, that's for sure.
And from here, I'm wondering when is Reign going to be able to take that third base, and if he does take it, can he hold it? 1-1 here for Zerg is very close to completion. There's also weapons upgrade here for the Protoss. And now it looks like he is going to try to take that third. He has the money banked up. Clearly a little siren going off over here. Something wrong.
Phoenixes, alert,
alert! Alert, alert!
It's a Terran base. It's like, oh.
Everybody just stay inside. They can't hurt you.
Okay, a Spire actually being started here. So this is kind of interesting. There is a possibility he's going to do the same strategy as last game.
If he does, I hope it works. I'd like to see how exactly...
Yeah, I would like to see it work just for the
action.
sake of science, you know? Like,
yeah, for the sake of science.
Yeah. Science needs all the help it can get, Tasis. So the Infestation Pit does start up as well. I actually thought we would see a quicker Infestation Pit and a slower Spire. Because I wouldn't be too surprised to see him go like into maybe Ultras on a map like this, but
no.
Doesn't look like that's the case right now.
He's just baiting out a few force fields for the time being. We have no Baneling Nest, right?
No Baneling
No
Nest.
Baneling. Okay, so it's not going to be like last game. And
yeah,
he's taking the fourth, double gassing that.
And now he sees Colossus out as well, so he's got to do something other than Lings, because when you just have some medium amount of Lings and that's all your units, they can just like move across the map with units plus a Colossus, and you don't do very well against that. Okay, he is getting Corruptors. Maybe Corruptor Muta? Possibility?
Certainly could be. Thermal Lance almost done here.
Do you know what, Tasteless? He's just starting Void Rays now. You know what? I think he may have spotted a weakness in Reign's play in that last game on Frost, where there is a period of time where he's very light on Void Rays. And if you pop out 7 Corruptors and go across the map, and he only has 1 Void Ray, you're going to be able to take out the Colossi.
I think you're right, actually. This is a very, very good read here by Solar. It really goes to show you how he's an incredibly adaptive player, even in the middle of a series.
He's like a primal Zerg.
He's
just gaining essence, Tasteless.
Oh my god, that guy. I wanted to kill that guy. Like, we need more
Hakar or something?
Yeah, and I'm like, you need more dimensions as a character.
No, I get him. He was my favorite character in the whole game, actually.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I want more essence, too. I just want to acquire essence, Stasis, because to adapt is to survive. I'm not looking to win just to adapt. I just want to keep my strats fresh, you know?
That's why you and me want to live forever, man.
Yeah. On the moon, preferably.
Yeah.
16 mutas on the way to go with these Corruptors. The Corruptors are going to be able to help zone out the Phoenixes so that the mutas can fly around and do some more damage.
I think you're right. If he gets in there and does the damage before there's enough... there's enough Void Rays out there. I mean, he gets to completely own the sky, and then he can push out the Colossi.
Yeah, do you think he's going to do just a frontal attack?
Maybe. It depends.
I feel like he's going to fly around and try to do harassment, because this Void Ray count is starting to get pretty high.
He might just go into the second or the main.
Yeah.
And you can see now that he's already, Reign is already aware of what's going on. This is a Sky Zerg right now. Oh my god, turn them around.
Well, too bad those weren't on attack.
Yeah, no
Could have gotten Phoenix there. But anyways, these mutas going to work right now, killing off a cannon.
Ling's now coming up here to hit the third.
Well, if he didn't leave his Colossi there, then that's too bad and weird. Okay, the Colossi are close enough. The Lings aren't going to be able to hit the third. Third looks pretty walled in as well with the cannons. Going to be hard to attack.
5th base is up and running now. Now, it's hard for these Stalkers to get over to that Zerg air army because that entrance does act like a bit of a filter.
All right, so here we go. He's trying to do some additional damage. And you know what? As long as he keeps him really busy and doesn't lose too much, this is a fine strategy to employ because he's taking that 5th base, and 5 bases is where you just get like so many mutas, it's ridiculous. But there's a 3rd Stargate out. He's getting the fleet beacon, so eventually he can't fight against it.
All right, here we go. Muta and Corruptors barreling in here right now. Link's going to do some more damage here. The air army for Protoss is rapidly beginning to disappear. Stalker still on the low ground and only a few more Lings down there. He'll have to reload that Zergling army if he wants to attempt to get back in there and do the damage. Oh my god.
Oh!
Caught the tail end of that.
Yeah, huge move there with the Zealots to take out that 5th base. That is so important right now.
That's a lot less gas that he can get.
Yeah, look, he lost his splash, sure, but he's getting the Anion Pulse Crystals. He's making a lot of Phoenixes. He's going to be able to keep up in the air. The one thing that was really scary was, well, 5 bases against 3. You know, if it's 4 against 3, you feel okay as Protoss. 5 against 3, that's where it starts to get out of hand. So the fact that he picked that off, such a big moment.
They're coming up here again. And again, there's now Colossi here to help defend. Oh, beautiful!
Oh, just absolutely shredding these Mutalisks.
Really nicely done there. The Lings, though, spreading out in every which direction.
And you know what? He is going to be able to remax out here on Ling Corruptor, it looks like. But
yep, and maybe keep hammering away at the Protoss. Protoss a little bit under 140 supply right now.
I think that this was a really important engagement, though, for Rain, because...
Oh, is he going to finish that upgrade?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
So, yeah, now he has that additional range. He has +1 attack there. But there is 1/1 for the Flyers of Solar, so that's important. But he's, like, basically got his anti-Mutalisk force now. Staying on Mutas from this point is so dangerous. And not just that, he's not upgrading. This is like a very short-sighted set of Mutalisks that we have.
Is it possible that Rain is actually going to turn this around?
I think so.
I mean,
I feel like that last battle
he might be able to burst out of here and start shutting down Zerg bases everywhere.
Yeah, I think if he just starts building a strong composition, like adds in, makes sure he has a couple Colossus minimum, and I think he's good.
And now the Phoenixes, with their range upgrade, are doing a lot more damage. But the Corruptor is too big in numbers. You got to be very careful on that engagement.
But the Phoenixes can do okay with that range upgrade if you micro them heavily.
Now the question is, what does the attacker with these Lings? You can only do this so many times. Before eventually Protoss catches up to you and maxes out. These are not really doing anything.
The Lings are wasteful.
Yep.
And you know, he is obviously mining a lot more than Rain right now on the additional bases, but. Look at this. That resources lost, as we just saw, almost twice as much lost for Zerg. And that's an issue because he doesn't have twice as many bases. Rain is really catching up so quickly here.
Nice control here by both sides, as they will both back off.
Now, Rain is eventually going to have to take a 4th. This is probably the one place that Solar might be able to keep this game going for him. Now, here we go. He is pushing in once again.
So many Lings on the ground
here. That is a lot of
now
Lings.
Pushing through.
A lot of Zealots as well, though. And
he doesn't have enough upgrades on the Lings, though, right?
No, he doesn't. It's only on 1/1. And the thing is, look at that. He plows through the Lings, and then his Stalkers start helping out against these Phoenixes. The Corruptors are a slow unit compared to the Phoenixes, so he's going to keep that pressure on. And look, oh god, he's trying to switch into Swarmos, which are like, he doesn't even have an attack upgrade for them. He doesn't have any yet. It feels like way too little, way too late.
And look at this. Uh-oh, Solar knows it. He knows he's in trouble. The Zealots are now tearing up this base at the upper right. Protoss army for Rain. And there's a Zerg being tortured. Did you see that?
That was a lurker being tortured.
That was a lurker being tortured underneath the ground. I don't know what was going on with that map.
They lured him in there. It's like, do you want to be in StarCraft II? He's like, yes, I would be a fun unit. They just torture him all day. Screw you, lurker. I don't miss you.
Now we have, no you don't, man. You play Terran, man. Lurkers are a pain, man, if you're Terran. Now, he's going to take the 4th up here. Looks like the Zealots will end up tearing down this additional hatchery over here in the upper right. Putting Zerg back onto 4 bases. Not enough right now for Rain, who is now going to even up the number of bases he has with his opponent, Solar.
And if you look at the actual unit tab, the units of Solar are so unexciting. Like 80-something Lings, 14 Corruptors. Well, he's bringing more Corruptors up. He's trying to fight off these Phoenixes, but The air battle has been decided already. It went to rain. Like, air is too little and too late right now. Thing is, maybe if he stays on Corruptor... Oh, God, that was a really nice... Oh, my God. These Phoenixes were so much. God, he needs an Infestor like 3 minutes ago. All right. Well, it looks like he'll be able to cancel his 4th, probably. Nah, maybe not.
Protoss sends more down here, and he does, so that's... 4th should be okay.
But what if Solar... I'm trying to figure out a way where he can still take this, and it's pretty hard, I have to say. If he had canceled that 4th, he'd have a bit of a chance, but right now, look at how many Phoenixes there are. He has no Infestors to help deal with that. He's basically got 16 Corruptors as his anti-air against 16 Phoenixes that have this insanely good range upgrade, plus Stalker support. Not great at this second, but just generally speaking.
Yeah, soon to be. Looks like another Protoss, for the first time in a while, taking a supply lead here.
Yeah.
Zerg just seems to have no answer to what is being thrown at them.
All right, so more Swarm Hosts on the way. If he can get up to a really decent Swarm Host number, like let's say he gets up to 12 Swarm Hosts before the next big attack. If he has 12 Swarm Hosts and just makes a lot of Corruptors with that, he can keep detection away, keep them burrowed.
Whoa, overextending there.
You know? Maybe something like that can work out. The thing is, he has 8 right now.
I don't know about the Swarm House in general as a defensive play, because like the way that the Zerg has to expand, it's like so.
I know, right? It's
so he would have to basically commit to like just the top.
Thing is, he has no other options.
Fire.
He just has no other options.
My gird.
Turns out Corruptors can't hit Zealots.
Yep.
Hey Zealots, why don't you go back to that War Prism you came in?
And he's going to once again eliminate the space over in the upper right. I don't know exactly what the income is going to be like in a little bit here, but I mean, I think slowly but surely Solar just begins to dry up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, I don't know what else he can do. That fresh 4th for the Protoss right now, Rain is looking fantastic and should allow him to, segue this into a victory here.
Yeah, he's even starting Void Ray production, and that's exactly what he needs now, because he's been fighting against Corruptors all day with Phoenixes. Forget Phoenixes, man. Void Rays will just chew right through them.
Oh, yeah.
There's not going to be any defense against that. Oh, God, this is going to be about as bad as
nicely done! So many Swarmos getting picked up here.
This is it. Solar's going to have to GG. That's too much damage right there.
That's going to give us 2 Protosses that move on to the round 32. The round of 16, rather.
Really, actually quite happy to see Rain go on.
GG Solar. Oh, a frustrating loss.
Yeah.
Rain has pulled through here, defeating Solar, not in just one best of 3, but in 2.
Indeed, he did. Well played by Rain. Well deserved to go on to the round of 16. And Tasteless, we are on track for 15 Protosses.
15 Protosses.
Woo!
Woo!
15 Protosses, round of 16. Best 16 ever. That'd be so sick.
All right. Great games. Great work today, Artosis.
As well, Tasteless. It's been a lot of fun.
We got
today.
right back into the groove of casting again. It had been a little bit since we had done some StarCraft 2 together.
I feel happy.
I feel good. I feel alive.
Yeah, we're going to be back on Friday doing it again.
Yes. Much more Code S to come.
Indeed.
So 2 Protosses move on. I really thought Solar was going to win in that series, but he had some weird decisions that he made.
Yeah.
So our results for today, so far it's only Protoss in the round of 16.
Yeah, it's Hero and Rain moving on there. Both Zergs falling, unfortunately. Dongregu, of course, a gigantic fan favorite, went out in last place. And then Solar, the up-and-coming Zerg, played pretty well today overall. I was not as impressed with the last 2 games that we just saw from him, but I think he played well today and gets 3rd place in that group.
It's good to be back. Don't miss out for our next matches here.
Yes. And this is on Friday. It's going to be Trap against Zest and Lenok going up against Supernova. That is going to be just so much fun. Lenok Supernova, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it's fun to see the new and the old here together. We've been doing GSL now for over 3 years, right?
3
and a half?
Not quite a half. I think 3 and 5 months.
3 4/10 of a year.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see how people have improved and developed. Who's stayed here, who's fallen off. It's pretty awesome.
has been great. So, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
And make sure you do tune in on Friday because Code S is
otherwise,
the
you're
best.
messing up. So that does it for today here at the GSL Code S. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you Friday. Good night.